one rental at a time. And something I want to do in this live stream is I want to talk to you about how markets change. The housing market, I believe, is currently transitioning from an ultra seller's market, probably the most aggressive seller's market I have seen in 20 years. It is definitely changing in my market, probably slower than I would like, but it is absolutely changing. I'm lucky enough to have students around the world, and many of them interact with me daily in our private Facebook group. So I know my market is not the only one changing. So what I want to do here is give you 10 signs that the real estate market, more specifically your real estate market, is changing. I believe we are in for moderation. We are in for less growth. The fact that we grew 15% last year is not normal. It is not sustainable. And if it continued for another year or two, would without question be a bubble. If you follow this channel, you know that I'm not calling for a crash. I'm not calling for anything catastrophic, but I am calling for a slowdown. And in my market, it has started. So I believe there are 10 things that you could track in your market. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to create like a bingo card now that I kind of run through this list with you, but more on that later. But let's just go through this list so you can track them. I believe all markets are different. Some are ahead, some are behind, but they will all get here eventually. Number one, new listings will get somewhere between 0, yes, it does happen, 0 and 3 offers in the first 48 to 72 hours. If you've been in the game, if you've been watching your market like I have been watching mine, it was not abnormal to get 10, 15, 20 offers in a 48-hour window. Folks, that is not normal. That is not normal. And I see it changing already. So track it, follow it, network. This is a people business. Please go out and network, talk to agents, ask what is going on. Number two, and this is not in order. Every market will change differently, but you have to look at these 10 variables. Number two, open houses. Open houses, if you talk to agents like I do, have had crazy demand, scheduled out 10, 15 minutes in a row, just, full worksheets of people leaving their names and addresses and phone numbers. What I think you are going to see, and we're already seeing in lots of markets, is open houses are slowing down. Yes, they are likely still being held, but they're seeing 50% less people show up. Less people show up to open houses will be less offers, and it rolls from there. So that's number two. Again, network, talk to agents, see what is going on. Ask agents, go to open houses and ask them, how has traffic been? My suspicion is open houses will fall by 50% as the market slows down. Number three, bidding wars will start to top out at 10% of asking. You and I have seen them, the Wall Street Journal, CNBC, Bloomberg, Fortune, USA Today, all talking about these houses getting 100, 400, even $1 million over asking. Yes, there was a house in Berkeley, California that got an offer for $1 million over asking. Folks, that is going to stop as supply increases, as demand goes less frenetic, less quickly. So again, bidding wars are going to be a thing of the past. The best properties, the perfect properties, you're going to see bidding wars cap out at 10%. Number four, days on market are going to expand. It's already happening. It may not feel like it because days on market going from 12 to 14 is but still, it's expanding. They are increasing, and they will continue to increase probably through the rest of the year. Listings. This is already happening in my market. My students are saying it's happening in most of theirs. There are some exceptions. but listings grow weekly. There have been a lot of talk about supply constraints, but in reality, what we may have had the last year is abnormal demand. Demand usually in the US is about 5.3 million sales. We were on pace to do north of 7 million homes. That is crazy. So again, these are things to think about. Listings growing. Here's one you may not have seen in a while, but it is coming, I promise you. Price drops. Right now, I have seen price drops in my market. Right now, we have seen stuff age out to 30 days. And if you're a seller in this market and you don't have a sale in 30 days, first, you're probably pissed off at your agent. And second, you are grossly overpriced. Not a little overpriced, grossly overpriced. Number seven. Junk. This is the stuff I like to buy. Junk. And I say that with respect and admiration for when I find it. But junk in my market has been selling for retail prices for a year. An investor, cash flow guy, I can't make any money when junk sells for retail. And we have had that happen the last year. We are going to see a spread on junk. Junk and perfect today or 6 months ago, pretty close. This is what Jonathan talks about in multifamily, where Class C buildings are getting lower cap rates than Class A. Folks, that's not normal. That is dumb money in the market. I believe we are about to see the expansion of prices between junk and perfect. Number 8. Yes, people, it is going to happen. You are not going to have to waive inspections and appraisal conditions forever. I believe in most markets, the strategy or having to expand or waive inspection and appraisal conditions, that's going to come back. I mean, doing that now is you had to. I believe you're going to be able to actually do appraisals and inspections in your market eventually as we go from this crazy seller's market to more balanced. And again, let me say, while a slowdown has started, I am not calling for a crash. It's not one or the other. Everybody wants this to be '08 again. It's not '08. Number 9, we're almost done. Sellers are going to have to drop prices to meet appraisals. Right now, it is very common for you to have to raise or come up with money to make up the appraisal gap. You buy at 200, but the appraisal is 190. You have to come up with 10 grand. When a market is far more balanced and we don't have 30 buyers for one listing, the seller will have to drop to meet appraisal. It is not happening today, but as the market goes from extreme sellers to more balanced, it will happen. Trust me. Track it in your market. And number 10, home builders will not sell out a phase in a weekend. Folks, the market is changing right now. Some of this is because of the summer slowdown. But again, the market is changing. You have to watch your market. There are 10 things I've done, and I've just now put it in my head. I'm going to create a bingo card that you can track. I'm going to put it in the free course just so everybody can have it. But you've got to track these things. A slowdown is not a crash. A slowdown is where we have okay growth. Perfect properties sell at a premium. Junk is priced lower. We as investors can make cash flow, positive yield, no alligators. It is about to get good, but you have to do the work. You have to do the work daily. If you're just casually looking once a weekend, or you're just reading headlines and you're saying, hey, my market's this or that, you're not doing the work. You can only see the subtle changes if you look daily. That's the difference. And again, it doesn't take hours. It's 20 minutes a day. I've looked for 20 years, 20 minutes a day. It's changing. It's about to get good. Do the work, do your homework. And again, if you want and you get a deal and I help, send me your address. I'll send you a card. In the end, everybody, have a wonderful day. I need to create this bingo card. It's just an idea I just created. Look for that tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Bye.